People used to tell me I had too many white friends. And I had a problem with that. Like, if you're going to tell me I have too many friends of any race, like, what are you doing with your life? You're going to inspect my life. Hey. Come here, I need to talk to you. We've been noticing you in the corner with your Caucasian buddies, and you have reached your quota, yeah. Only allowed 12 a year, and you've been hanging out with quite a handsome bunch of that. So how you going to tell me, especially my black friends? You know, I had black friends that would come up to me, and they'd be like, after we were friends for a long time, they'd be like, yo, why you hang out with white people so much? I didn't even notice it. I was like, oh, these are my buddies. I don't know. Like, oh, something's wrong with you. I'm like, no, man, like, you need more white friends in your life. And I'm going to tell you why. You got to experience a new culture. Go out, eat some sushi, go snowboarding, do stuff that white people like. Drink some coffee, spend an afternoon in a Starbucks, do something. Climb every mountain. Do what you got to do. But make some white friends. Because there's going to come a time in every black person's life when you're going to need your white friends to utter those words that only a white person can utter. Officer, I know this man. He's with us. Y'all are crazy. Some of y'all are laughing a little too hard. But fear not, my Caucasian friends, the benefits are there for you too. It's not a service project, all right? Get some black friends, all right? Go to the bad part of town, not at night. Drive past the Walmart on Tryon. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't get reckless now. Don't go there bumping DMX and some real loud black music. Don't do that. But just, you know, watch a Spike Lee movie. If y'all don't know who it is, Google it. You know, do something that you see as black, you know. Don't get arrested, but just do something, you know, good. I'm going to tell you why. Studies have shown that white people are 93% less likely to be robbed when they're walking with black people. And you're going to need those black friends to protect. It's true. So I'm like, oh my gosh, he's right. I'm going to call up Jaquise immediately. If you got a black friend named Jaquise, call him up, all right? I'm serious. Y'all, we get the crime alerts here, all right? Find some black friends. Most of the time when I grew up, most of my white friends, we all lived kind of in the same area. They lived in one neighborhood, and I lived about 10 minutes away. I didn't live in the hood, if you're wondering, but a lot of people thought I did because I didn't see their families interact. They all went to church together. Most of them were homeschooled. But I went to private school and got the benefits of that and learned how to talk right and stuff. So people, you'd be surprised. People come up, that young black man is so articulate. Where are you from? Must be from Colorado. No. You don't have a southern accent. By gosh, you don't even have a black accent. Hey, you need to calm down. People always think I'm like from the hood or something like that. I don't even look like I'm from the hood. Anyway, all my white friends, they live close together. And so sometimes, you know, we would interact through a mutual friend or something like that. But I would go over and maybe spend the night at the house. And a lot of times it was kind of awkward, especially I might have been the first black person over. You never know. Some of those white circles, they run so tight. You know, y'all got to loosen up. So I would go over to my friend's house. And a lot of times it went over like this. Let's say my friend Matthew, generic white name. We'll go with that. I'd go over to his house. Like, hey, Matthew, you know, let's go chill at your house. We'll watch some TV, do whatever, you know. Okay, cool. So go over to his house, knock on the door. His mom would answer the door. She had popcorn. Like, white moms, they know what to do when their friends come over. They got, like, pizza rolls and stuff in the oven, all kinds of stuff. So they come over, and I'm like, hi, Matthew. Oh, my gosh. Jerry, come over here. He brought his black friend. This must be little Jaquise. Is he from the shelter you've been volunteering at? Matthew's got his head in his hands. He's like, no, Mom, we play on the basketball team together. She's like, I bet you do. He's probably the top scorer on the team. I'm like, hey, Mrs. Jenkins, I'm Vince. Oh, okay, cool. So they'd usually try to be real nice, be real hospitable. Be like, why don't you stay for dinner, you know, get him off the streets for the night. And I'd be like, you know, what I should have said was, you know, I have my own family, I got to get back to them and everything. But I knew my mom was making meatloaf, and I hate meatloaf. So what I did say was, what are we having? That was the night I found out that dessert comes with every white meal. I didn't even know dessert existed until I started spending the night at my white friends' houses. We'd get done, I'd clear my plate and get up to go. Like, Vince, aren't you going to stay for dessert? And my eyes would light up like Christmas morning. I'm like, dessert? I've never had this in my house. And it wasn't like we were broke or poor. We just didn't have dessert. So I was like, all right, cool. So we'd go over, we'd eat dinner, something real nice, couple courses, maybe a salad, use little tiny forks, stuff. Go hang out, and be time to spend the night in the basement, you know. We go down there. I thought things were going pretty well until I heard them arguing a lot. I could hear the wife and the husband go back and forth. I don't know what to do. I don't want him back on the streets. The husband would say, well, I don't like OJ sleeping in the basement. I thought, why is OJ in the basement? Like, most people keep their orange juice upstairs. Then it hit me. I was like, whoa, I have created a pretty big disturbance. I said, Matthew, man, you know, you think it's cool? I'm staying here. I keep hearing your parents fight. I think they're fighting about me, you know. Matthew didn't care. He was like, oh, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I got real uncomfortable, and they kept going back and forth. I could hear him, you know, stamping his feet. So I took their TV, and I left. No big deal, you know. I figured if I was going to get in trouble, I might as well. I didn't take their TV. So y'all are looking at me like, man, thought we knew him. But, yeah, so, I mean, there was differences between me and my white friends growing up, but I love them. One big happy family back there in Nashville. But among the issues that I had growing up as a child, kind of an identity crisis I would go through and not really fitting in all the time, kind of sticking out. I used to wet the bed. I used to soak the bed. Like, if you have a dream that you were drowning, you probably are in real life. Like, the bed would be soaked. And I was so embarrassed by it. And I never thought I would tell people this. But it's true. Like, one of y'all are going to have a child that wet the bed. Like, you're going to wake in the house, open up the door, and just like, poof. Good Lord, man, what have you been eating? And it's bad. You're going to have to go through a lot of mattresses. Get the plastic covers that cover it. But I used to go through a lot of stuff that, you know, I didn't want to share with people. So I felt kind of outcast. I was diagnosed with severe asthma and allergies as a child, which I'm pretty sure also comes with a set of glasses. Any child you know that has bad allergies also has glasses. So I was black, I was only in a white neighborhood, I had 4 eyes, and I couldn't stop wheezing. So things were just rough for me all around. I was about this tall till I was about 15 years old. It was bad. But I also had a real severe hearing problem. My mother would say it was a listening problem, but I was pretty sure there was something wrong with my ears. And this listening problem, it would affect me everywhere, especially in church. And I remember hearing the pastor talk about Jesus. And I would just get so excited about the book of Revelation and just the second coming and all that stuff. And he told me in the book of Matthew that Jesus was going to come back like a thief in the night. I was terrified because I thought he said a thief with a knife. And I thought, why is my Savior armed and dangerous? I don't understand. I should have went back to some of the stories and, you know, Jesus didn't need a knife, but I figured it out. I was like, Jesus has a knife because he's coming to fight the devil. And at that time, I was pretty sure the devil lived in my closet. I would just stare at it at night, and it would open and shut, and open and shut, and I knew something was wrong in there. So I began to ask around, got kind of nervous. I was like, Jesus is coming like a thief with a knife, you know? And I thought, what if the devil tries to prevent that from happening, you know? Like, what if he tries to put a song out in pop culture to try to warn people, you know? What if, like, you know, what would that sound like? What would maybe a subliminal message? And I heard it the other day. Y'all have heard it too. It was real quick. He just kind of wove it into a song. It's got a catchy beat. I heard it. You want to hear it? All right, hit it.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people off.
I thought, okay, well, Jesus can come through the walls, come through the ceiling, come through the windows, snatching people up. I was like, it took a long time for the devil to put that one out, but he knows what's going on. So I used to just get real nervous about that type of stuff. I had to go back and read. Jesus is not coming like a thief with a knife. He's coming back, you know, quietly, like a thief in the night. So if you ain't got your life right, Jesus might be coming through your window. He might not snatch you up. He might visit you, all right? So don't be afraid. But lots of other events happen, like just going back to me growing up and kind of being in that type of racial environment. I'd like to go to weddings a lot. Go to weddings with my girlfriend. It's nice now having somebody on your arm. But, If you go to a white wedding, a lot different than a black wedding. The dances are different, the music's different. But also, if you go to a white wedding, you're kind of expected to do things if you're black. They may not ever tell you, but you are. I would sit in the corner, everybody would just kind of stare at me like, I can't believe they hired Usher. He's sitting there, he's not gonna dance, perform, or nothing. It's just, what's wrong with him, you know? So, I had to let it burn. I got up on stage, I'd be singing and dancing, you know? I can't dance. Life is about perception. I can't dance, but white people think I can. It's kind of like if you see somebody with glasses, you hope they're smart. So, okay, I'll get up, sing and dance. Perception will mess you up, man. I can swim. White people think I can't. I'll be in the deep end at the Y, swimming around. Like, oh my gosh, Jerry, get him. The Negro's in the deep end. You ever had a lifeguard try to save you when you're not drowning? I almost died in the water. I'm like, yo, get off of me, man. Like, I got you, don't worry about it, don't struggle. I got you. Like, man, y'all gotta chill out with all that. Perception is a powerful thing, man. It's crazy. That's pretty much what I got for tonight, but y'all have been great. That's my time.